Hold on, what's this? Lunchables have lead in them. What? Oh my god.
All right, so he's just discovering lead in food, and like I know he knows lead's in food prior, but go watch his video. So yeah, our food's not very well regulated in this country. That is the United States, if you're not knowing what country I'm talking about. But I'm not surprised anymore by mercury, lead, or any other contaminants in food. I mean, even at this point, we're getting where plastics, microplastics are in our food. I'm not surprised anymore, and I'm getting to a point where I just don't care because there's nothing I can do about it. Like, there's no food I can eat anywhere that doesn't have something that is going to kill me. And I've kind of got. I don't do conspiracy theories really on this channel. You guys should know that if you've watched long term. But I'm starting to wonder if all the lead we're seeing is because they're trying to get people back to where like boomer generation was. If you guys haven't heard, there's a theory that goes that essentially boomers are the way they are now and don't recognize things that have memory issues and judgment issues and everything and decision making issues because of the fact of lead poisoning, because of all the lead paint they consumed and all of the lead they consumed in products and stuff. And so there's questions, about that. Also, fun thing to do, if you go look up crime rates in the United States, there's a wiki article that talks about how crime is actually down over the years, even though people don't believe it is. Crime is down. I know it's hard to believe, but the stats are there for it. But they talk about how crime was higher at a certain point in time, and they're linking that to lead exposure in people, that the reason that violent crimes were higher is because of brain damage due to lead. So there's all of that. I'll do a video on it if you guys want to see it on that portion. I can pull up the stat and we'll talk about it a little bit, but yeah, there's correlation between that. So I'm wondering, like, are they trying to pipe lead back in the food so we'll vote like idiots again so that we can get like a new Reagan in or something? Like, and that's the lead thing is why they've talked about why Trump is so popular still among people, is because all these people have brain damage from lead poisoning. So they just can't comprehend certain things, and it's like, oh my god. And it's like, yeah, it's like, my diet consists of a lot of fish, which I know has a mercury issue to a lot of it. I try to avoid certain brands if I can, but there's only so much I can do, because if it's not the mercury, it's the lead. If it's not the lead, it's something. It's always something, right? There's nothing you can do. So it's like, yeah, you're not supposed to eat red meat. I remember hearing jokes. If you guys don't remember this will be one for you. In Beverly Hills Cop. The two cops are staking out the hotel where Axel Foley's at, and they're talking about how you shouldn't eat red meat because the time you're 40, there's like X amount of it undigested stuck in your colon. Do you guys remember that? So in the 80s, they were talking about how bad red meat was. Of course, it's always something. It's always like in 1 week, or 1 month, it's don't have coffee, it's bad for you. And the next month, it's like have coffee, it's good for you. It's like, so you never know. And our food is so unregulated, it's ridiculous. I mean, I know what he's saying is the truth to that, is they're doing it to cut corners. If you guys don't remember, he mentions it in there about the apple cinnamon, or the applesauce cinnamon flavored stuff, that the cinnamon wasn't cinnamon, it was lead, because it was cheaper to use that than cinnamon. It's like, there's just no regulation. And the best thing is we're sorry and then cut people a check. But it's like, if your child's got permanent brain damage now, how good is that $50 check? Because they're class action suits. It's not like you're getting any meaningful cash. How much is that $50 going to carry you forward, And we actually started holding these companies responsible, more so than a class action would be better. But thank God for arbitration, right? Forced arbitration, where you have no rights to do anything and it has to be a class action suit. And yeah, I think it's ridiculous. I think each individual should be able to sue companies for this. Same with the issue with the baby powder not too long ago. I think it was Johnson & Johnson, where they were using talc or something, and it was potentially leading to babies getting cancer, something in there. I forget now. It was a while back. But yeah, like, it's so ridiculous. What food concerns do you guys have? I always try to leave things on a question in the videos. What food concerns do you have? What things have you heard that maybe I should look into that I don't know? And what do you think about this lead exposure? Do you think my theory is got some teeth, or do you think I'm just full of it and maybe I have lead poisoning?